Good morning, guys. So today we will start the another topic of pharmacology, general pharmacology. That is part 2, and we will discuss in this video lecture about bioavailability. So guys, it is also a very important topic which is frequently asked in exams. So we will be discussing everything about bioavailability which is asked in exams. So first of all, we will discuss, guys, if you are new on my channel, please do like, share and subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon for further videos. So we'll discuss about bioavailability. First of all, we will define what do we understand by bioavailability. So it is the fraction of unchanged drug that reaches to the systemic circulation of body when given by oral route. So this term is commonly used for the drugs which are usually given by oral route. So I will explain it by an example. For an example, you have given a drug of 100 milligram by oral route. Then out of 100 milligram, 80 milligram of the drug is absorbed through the systemic, 80 milligram of the drug is absorbed through the intestine. Now from the 80 milligram, 50 milligram of the drug has reached into systemic circulation, and 30 milligram of that drug has undergone first pass metabolism. So basically, what is the fraction of that unchanged drug that has gone to systemic circulation is known as bioavailability of the drug. Means what is that unchanged fraction of drug which has gone to the systemic circulation. So guys, this is all about bioavailability. I can say definition of the bioavailability. Now we will see about the factors which are affecting the bioavailability. So the first and the most important factor is first pass metabolism. So we will discuss what do we understand by first pass metabolism. For example, when we have administered the drug by oral route, then that drug has to be passed through the gut wall to systemic circulation. So during this passage, that drug can get metabolized or removed or inactivated before they reach the systemic circulation. So this is known as first pass metabolism. Now, what are the consequences of high first pass metabolism? For example, some drugs are having very high first pass of metabolism. So what are the consequences of that drugs? So for example, if the drug are having high first pass of metabolism, then such drugs are given parenterally because they are of no use when they are given by orally. Another second point, if some of the drugs are having high first pass of metabolism, then the dose of that drug which is given by oral route has to be increased than by the drug given by other systemic routes, because from the other systemic route the drug directly reaches to the systemic circulation, whereas through oral route it has to go through first pass metabolism. So we have to increase the concentration of the drug. So guys, it is the first point about the factors, that is first pass metabolism. Now we will discuss about the second point, that is hepatic disease. If any individual is suffering from any hepatic disease, then what does it cause or what does it affect to the bioavailability? It results in decrease in drug metabolism. That means the drug does not metabolize fast or rapid, so it will increase the bioavailability of the drug. Third point is enterohepatic cycling. That means what does it do to the bioavailability? It increases bioavailability of drugs. Example are morphine. So we can also calculate the bioavailability by making a curve. So first of all, we make the curve area. First of all, we make the curve when the drug is given through oral route. Then we'll make the curve when the drug is given via IV route or intravenous route. So how can we calculate the bioavailability? Through these curves. So to calculate the bioavailability, F, or I can say bioavailability, is equals to area under the curve of oral route divided by area under the curve given IV route or intravenous route into 100. When we calculate this ratio, then we'll get the bioavailability of that drug. So thank you guys. It is all about the bioavailability which is asked in exam and is a very important question of general pharmacology. So I think guys, thank you for watching my video, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please do like, share and subscribe the channel for further videos. Thank you one and all. And guys, if you want such like more videos, then I have given the links in my description, so you can also get the other videos of pharmacology on other topics. You can check there. Thank you one and all.